those players, I think, saved a lot of jobs going into 2024, and definitely gave some distraction to it. I mean, Jared Verse is an absolute animal. Braden Fisk is an animal. Sean McVay knows what he's doing, and it just goes to show that this team got kind of like the Jimbo days, a tiny little bit there with Jameis, kind of saved them in a lot of ways in some regard for definitely some position groups.
Yeah, and I mean Bernardo Green making some plays. We've seen Tatum Bethune pop up here and there.
Jarian.
Seems like Jarian. Seems like Trey Benson's finding his stride. Johnny caught a touchdown. Keon's been pretty consistent. I know dealing with an injury right now, but I mean, he's found life since Buffalo made that trade for Amari Cooper. We're quick to forget just how much damn talent was on that 2023 roster in Tallahassee. And I think, we definitely overlooked things from not only Florida State losing guys from a talent standpoint, but also that leadership. I mean, there's no one like Jared Verse on this football team that's going to hold guys accountable. There's no one like Jordan Travis. They just don't have a guy like that. And, there are some younger guys who are trying to rise up into those roles. And I know we've talked about Justin Cryer a little bit, but he's not at that level yet. Jared Verse, whenever he speaks, he demands the respect of everyone in that locker room. And the same thing with Jordan Travis. So I think Florida State, they've got to find those guys this offseason, whether it's guys you bring in through the portal, because both of those guys obviously came to Florida State through the transfer portal, or guys who are already in the locker room now who can continue to grow and embrace the culture that Mike Norvell is trying to bring back.
Florida State lacked a lot of leadership this year, and it showed very, very early on. It really did. And some of those veterans that you have, Dustin, you're at practices and everything, some of those veterans that you expected to see hopefully turn into somewhat of that role. You're never going to be a Jared Verse, but someone just to step up a little bit, not only just in the vocal part of things, but just in the way that you represent yourself and also go about doing your things and showing some of these youngsters on how to represent Florida State and play at a certain level. Just wasn't the case this year, and it won't ever be with some of those players. It's pretty much cemented in my mind about a handful of players that it won't get there. Only 2 games left in the season, but still that show attrition is going to happen here, and we're going to be discussing that heavily in the next few weeks once the season ends. But there's going to be a lot of pros to attrition, and some rooms that I think we're going to be discussing here on Hear the Spear.